best friends. Okay, it's official, Bobishal. This is my last freaking video like this. I swear to you, I swear, I will no longer be posting videos that you cannot see my freaking face. We are on our way home. I swear to the good Lord, we are on our way home. We are 6 hours away, officially, Bobishally. Okay, that's what I said. Write that down. Did you guys bring your pencils, your protractors, all your stuff to class today? Yeah, so I lost my voice yesterday, could barely speak. There were a few times during the day that I was like, I cannot talk. Do not talk to me. Don't ask me questions. Don't speak to me. Don't do anything. And then after I slept last night, it definitely got a lot better. Now I'm just doing this little experimentaroo to see how much worse I can make it. So, here we are. And that is the plan for the day. Now, how are you? I hope that you liked my video. Okay, so here's the thing. I filmed a video for you yesterday. No. It wasn't yesterday because I didn't have my voice. It was the day before. You're going to see it today. So, it's a couple days old, but then I'm going to upload this as soon as I can. I'm going to upload this probably tomorrow morning. So, when you are seeing this video right now, if you're watching it like in real time, I filmed this yesterday. So, on the 16th is when I posted this. Oh my gosh, I am still just like, my cold will not go away, it will not cease, it will not better, it just is what it is. It is existing, and we are just letting it go. We're just living with it. We're living and standing it. Yeah, so if I have those sniffly difflies, that's why. If you can't really understand my voice, it's because it was gone yesterday and it's coming back. It's coming back. It's on its way. It's coming back. Oh my God, I cannot with myself today. I've been crying my eyes out. Like, my eyes are just watering constantly. And I can't see because it's so bright. But I don't have any like prescription sunglasses. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear my sunglasses, or CJ's sunglasses, on top of my glasses, and that'll work. And it worked for like 10 seconds, but then my headband fell out and I was just like, ah. So now I'm just wearing I'm wearing CJ's sunglasses and no glasses, because who really needs to see? Who needs to see the signs? You know, like my directions say in like 900 miles, keep going straight. So I don't need to know anything. I don't need to see any of that nonsense. But I hope that you enjoyed my previous video. I got this urge to not upload it. Like, I went to upload it last night and share it with you, because in the moment I was like, this is a really good video, but then afterwards I was like, as I usually do, because I don't remember what I say, I was like, did I say too much? Oh, that was me. I apologize for that. Good Lord, what is going on up here with all the snow? See, nobody knows how to drive in the snow down here. We were walking down the streets in St. Louis trying to find a vegan place that didn't exist. 3 times, by the way, we did that this morning. And they were blowing the snow with a leaf blower. CJ was like, oh my God, Brooke, they don't even have shovels here. Like, they're not equipped down here for the snow like we are up in Minnesota. Up in Minnesota, where it's freaking cold. CJ was like, let me check on the temperature of our house, because we have like a system that connects to our phone. And he was like, oh, it's 41 degrees in our house. We should probably turn the heat on. And I was like, oh yeah, probably. Actually, that's a lie. Straight from the pit of hell. That is a lie. I was like, why? Why would we do that? That's stupid. I don't want to turn the heat on. Like, that was my attitude. I've been having some issues lately, you guys. Some big issues. I don't know what the deal is, but I've just been really like fragile. I can't handle anything. I feel like certain people around me are being total a-holes lately too, but I'm also just extremely sensitive, and so I'm just like, I just can't handle it. I just can't. Like, most of the things that I would typically just be like, oh my God, shut up, you know, like if it would make me mad, I'd be like, knock it off. Now I'm just like, oh my God, shut up, you know, like I just lose it, and I don't know what is my problem. But I had my first mentee bee, my first little mental breakdown yesterday of the year, which is exciting. How long did you guys make it? Did you have your first mentee bee of the year on the 1st? The 31st at midnight? When did you have your first one of the year? I think that was my official first, like, full-on breakdown. Are you guys still holding strong? Not having a breakdown yet? Are you somewhere in the middle? Or it didn't happen right away, but it happened, like, at some point? Like, where are you at on the mentee bee scale? You let me know. Sorry about my sniffles. They are what they are. They are what they are, and I am what I am, as Popeye the Sailor Man says. Just taking a sipperoonie of my Celsius because my throat is dry. So dry. Oh, that's better, isn't it? So much better. But yeah, we are booking it home today, guys. We are booking it. We are running around, going as fast as we can. We are in the zone. We are pushing through, and we're just going as fast as we can. Like right now, it's 55 miles per hour. I'm going 58. Oh, y'all can't even see me driving through your hometown, but you're like, whoa, what was that? It was me. It was me, bestie. I was just going so fast you could barely see me. Yep, that blur that you saw go right in front of that minivan, blur, me. It's me and my lightning fast family. But yeah, we are going fast today because we are 6 hours away. Arrival says we're going to be there at like 7:08. But we have to get the rental car back around 8. Or like by 8, you know. But like around is fine. So we are just trying to get there as fast as we can and not lollygag too much, not have to stop every 18 minutes. We're just like pushing. Unfortunately, excuse me, bestie. Unfortunately, that means that we cannot stop at any antique stores because the last time, yesterday, that we stopped at an antique store, I stopped at 2 of them, right, in St. Louis. And CJ was like, how about we just like stay? How about we just like stay the night? And I was like, yeah. And that was at like 2:30, you guys. We didn't make it very far. We were just feeling like shiitake mushrooms. We were feeling so shitty. And I did not have a voice completely. I was just feeling awful. I threw up yesterday morning because, okay, let me tell you a gross story really quick. So I have mucus in my nose, obviously, but it like, I have really huge hard chunks of mucus in my nose as well. And I like, if I swallow swallow them, they come back up. So I swallowed this huge chunk of mucus, and then it like came back up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna spit it out because I'm really, oh my God, I'm about to throw up thinking about it. Yuck. Anyway, long story short, I coughed up some mucus and I was trying to spit it out, but I'm really bad at that. Like typically I'll just swallow my spit, I'll swallow whatever back down because I'm really bad at like hawking it up and spitting it out. But I did, and I was determined, and I spit it out, bestie. And then I threw up. I threw up in the sink at our last hotel. Had to clean it up with my hands. And it was like a whole thing. So I was just really not feeling good. And as I said, had no voice. And I was just like, ugh, we were so tired. We needed more sleep. We just need to rest. We need to get home and just freaking rest. And not, like, rest on the road is good. Like, we're staying in hotels, we're sleeping. Last night we went to bed at like 8 o'clock. So, excuse me, we are getting rest. It's just like, there's no rest that compares to the rest that is at your home, you know? And we have to get better before we go to Disney World. So, that is like our number one goal. Is just to get home and get some sleep, some rest. Yeah, I had a mentee bee yesterday and a mentee bee today, which is great. Super fun. Love that for me. Love that for my kid. Love that for my family. It's frustrating, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling off. Not manic, not depressed, just off. Angry and frustrated and not able to handle anything. And it's hard because like I feel like I'm doing the best that I can and asking other people to like just be super cool and super chill and nice to me, and like nobody's complying. So that's really annoying. And it's making it worse. I can't wait. We're like, we have so many goals with like things that we want and like just how our life is gonna look. And one of the things, I have not even really expressed this to CJ, but I was just looking at this truck in front of me and I was thinking like one of the things that I really am excited to have someday is a truck that's like completely and totally, and not to sound like a crazy, but like a bug out truck where it's like got a full fuel tank in the back and like storage and you can sleep in it and like yeah, it's got everything, and it's got our bags always in it, like our bug out bags, so we can like literally just jump in the truck and go. And it's like a big beefy truck, so it can drive through any kind of terrain. Like that's what I'm excited to, one of the things I'm excited to have someday. And we were also talking about it, and I don't know if this is ever going to happen or when it's going to happen or what it will look like, because we'll probably change our minds. But right now, we have a camper that's, I think, 27 foot is what the size of our camper. And it's just not big enough and it's not small enough at the same time. Like, I keep telling CJ it would be really cool to have, like, a really big camper, like a fifth wheel kind of deal, like a big old camper, and then to have, like, a really small one that just has like a bedroom and a small kitchen and a little bathroom, and that's it, and maybe like one slide out, you know, like a really small one like that I could drive and I would feel really comfortable with that. But the bigger one would be nice for when we do go on our like long camping excursions where we're like gone for weeks. It would be really nice to have like a bigger camper. They would both be nice for different reasons. So it would be really cool someday to have like a small camper and a big one. That would be dope. That would be dope-a-roo. house. Like, we just keep going back and forth with what we want that to look like and where we want it to be and all of that and when we want to get it and stuff. It's just, it's very, that one's super up in the air because CJ wants like a huge house, like a big old house with lots of rooms and lots of shit. So he wants that. And normally I do too. Like, I've always wanted that. But lately I've just been like, I just want like a really old, small, shitty house. You know? Like something just super small, run down, lots of work needs to go into it. I really like just a super small house, lots of land. I think that's the one thing we can both agree on, is that we both want a lot of land. But the problem is, CJ goes back and forth on that too, Mr. Gemini, because he's like, he'll see like a really beautiful house. It's got everything he wants. It's got like the full layout that he wants it to have, as many bedrooms as he wants. It's huge. It's really nice, but it's in like a development. So it's like 3 feet away from your neighbor. And I don't want that. Excuse me, bestie. I would rather have like a house that's a third of the size, but on 20 acres. Like, that's what I would rather have. And I think he would too, deep down. Like, I don't know. It's something we have a long time and not very much time to talk about. Because the realistic expectation of when we can buy a house, I'm guessing that within the next 2 years we will have bought a house. Like, for sure, in the next 2 years we will buy a house. We just have to make up our minds as to where, when, how, why, how many bedrooms. We know how many bedrooms we want, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And we've got to have like enough room to have like, we've got to have a lot of land. That's like the one big thing, because we have outbuildings that we want to have for CJ's like toys and his stuff and our camper and all of that. But then we also want to have like a separate outbuilding that I film in, that's like not connected to the house, but it's completely soundproof. It's got like a bed that pulls out from the wall, a kitchen, a bathroom, like just a little kitchenette and a bathroom, and like a little filming room, studio, everything. Like for my stuff. And then CJ wants the same kind of thing, like a little workshop for all of his tools and for any project that he delves into for a couple months and then abandons. Not like I'm familiar with doing that either. That's a very Gemini trait, if you guys don't know. We get super like obsessed with something, and we're like, we're gonna do this thing, and we'll research it to death, and we'll figure out exactly how to do it, exactly the best stuff that you need, everything that you could possibly know about this thing. We'll buy whatever materials we need to make it happen. We might finish it, one of it. We might not. And then we move on to the next thing. Like CJ, I always go back to the table. He learned how to make a table by hand, okay? And it's the most beautiful table. He bought this, like, everything you need to make a table. And he had this wood, and he made it so beautiful. He, like, I don't know the right word, bevel. He did something to the edges and, like, made it a gorgeous table. And our plan was that, like, he was going to paint this table, or do this table, and then I was going to paint like a lake scene, just something easy on top of it, and then we were gonna like seal it in a clear coat. Long story short, that was like 7 years ago. We still, well, I don't think we have it anymore, but for the longest time we had a 3/4 of the way done table in our garage forever, and I was always just like, damn, just finish that table, because I wanted to make my painting on top. But that's not in our nature. It's like the bedazzling. I finished one mask. I have enough stuff to bedazzle 15 masks, and I want to. That's something I want to get back into. Or like crocheting. I made some raspberries, okay? I just have enough stuff to make a lot more raspberries. And like, that's also so hyper fixating of me to like just learn how to make a raspberry. Like, I don't know how to crochet anything. And you're supposed to start with like a square or a circle, and you're supposed to make like a little doily first, or a mitten, or a hat, or a scarf. Yeah, usually like a scarf, and then like a blanket, and then you like figure out how to make all these different things, and then you can start crocheting like the 3D stuff. And I was like, no, I'm gonna just do the 3D thing right away. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't want to bother with the other stuff. That's a waste of my time. I don't want to learn how to make a blanket. I want to learn how to make a raspberry. So that's what I did. I learned how to make a raspberry. But the problem is, actually it would work out really well right now, because what I found is that I couldn't do it with my long nails. It was really, really hard for me to crochet with my long nails. But I've been using press-ons, like typically only when I film lately. So I've had really short nails otherwise. So maybe I would actually, that would benefit me a lot right now to be crocheting during my short nail era. I don't know. Because that was back when I was still like, I was doing my nails. Like I was gluing them on. I was making them last as long as I could, like a week or two. But I'm not doing that right now. So perhaps that would work out really well. Maybe I should pick up the needle when I get home. The crochet needle, that is. Or it's a hook. It's not a needle. Don't ever call it that. Confuse it with knitting. The knitters will get mad, and then the crocheters will get mad, and then everybody's going to get mad at each other, and they're all going to be throwing their balls of yarn and saying that it's different stuff, and I don't know. We don't want any of the art community to get upset. We just don't. We can't fight that fight. We're fighting too many inner demons right now as it is. We don't have the energy to fight with the crocheters and the other people. We just don't have we don't have it. We don't have it in us, bestie. Even all of us together, linking arms, we can't do it. Lagrange. That's what I'm passing right now. It's probably pronounced like Lagrange or Lagrange, but it looks like Lagrange to me. Lagrange. And I'm like, how did I lose my voice? Just hopping about, laughing at myself. Lagrange. It's not even funny, stupid ass. Well, anyway, this person is driving behind this tiny U-Haul, the smallest U-Haul you've ever seen, with their hazards on, like following them to make sure that everybody knows, like, oh, we got a wide load. And I'm just like, that is the tiniest U-Haul I've ever seen, the littlest trailer. It's like a 2 foot by 2 foot, and they're just like, oh, everybody watch out. I've got your back, buddy. Like, you don't have to do all that. It's okay. It's all right. You can just drive. And they're going like 40 miles an hour on the freeway. That's really funny, actually. Yeah, so this morning we tried to find a vegan restaurant. CJ was like, I found a donut place that has vegan donuts. And I was like, yeah, right. I look it up. They do. And I was like, oh, they do have vegan donuts. It says we make an assortment of vegan donuts and pastries every day. Or not, I don't think it said every day, but it just said we make an assortment of vegan pastries and donuts. It didn't say like one day of the week, every other day, Wednesdays and Saturdays. It didn't say any of that. So I was like, sweet. So we went. We walk in happy, so excited, eyes lit, just like so happy, right? That we were all gonna get donuts. We go in and she was like, oh yeah, hi, how are you? And I was like, well, we're vegan. Because that's how every vegan starts every conversation. We don't say hi, we don't bother with pleasantries, we just say, I'm vegan. What? But no, so I was like, oh yeah, we're vegan. And they were like, oh, is that why you came? We don't have any vegan stuff today, only on Saturdays. And I was like, oh really? Of course not. I'm crying. Like, I was being subtle. CJ didn't even know I was crying. But I was crying deep down inside and on the outside just a little bit. And so we left. And then, excuse me. Oh boy. So then we go to another place that CJ, I don't know where it was, but CJ was like, I found a vegan place. It's got vegan food, like it's all vegan. It's a vegan restaurant. And we were like, okay, we're so hungry. So we drive 11 minutes to this other place. Doesn't exist. Closed doors, like empty for lease sign in the window. And we're like, oh, okay, so this place doesn't exist either. And I was like, CJ, you always pick such nice places for us to go. Because, like, the funny thing is, he picks vegan places that don't exist, and I pick vegan places that are in the middle of, like, an apocalypse. So, we can't just find a good, nice vegan place. So anyway, he walks down the road from the one that's empty, and he sees this place, and I think it was called Hot Box. Hot Box? That's funny. I just got the name. LOL to my 420 crew. Hot Box, right? Oh my god, that's funny. Do you guys get it? What if I'm wrong? What if that's not what that means? I think that is supposed to be the pun. Is like, anyway, whatever. You can tell that I'm not a jointer, you know, a doper, as they say. But yeah. So anyway, we go to this place called like Hot Box or something. Hot Ones, Hot Box, Hot Cookies, Hot Doodle-Doo, and we get a 6-box of cookies. So CJ got 2 monster cookies, and Rosie and I each got 2 vegan chocolate chip cookies. Oh, hot diggity dog. Hot Box is right. It was delicious. They were so yummy. And like the first bite that I had, I was like, ooh, this is not what I thought it would be. Because it was like the crusty outer part, not my fave. But then by the time I got to the middle, oh my god, I was like, can we get 12 more of these? These are the shit. But we didn't, because we are not about that life right now. We are just the epitome of health in every way. Pizza for breakfast, pizza for dinner, Hot Box for lunch. But yeah, they were very good though. And the guy was like, out of it, I'm not, okay, listen, never mind. Because I said exactly where it was and what city, so I'm not going to say anything else. But it was just like, not in a bad way. He was just like a cartoon character, but like not in a bad way, just in a funny way. But I won't explain anymore. He was super nice. But then, oh my gosh, and you guys, CJ told me the funniest story. I can't tell you because it wouldn't be the same, and you can't see me. But CJ went to this bar when we were in Kentucky. Because I told him, I was like, CJ, listen to this shit. So I told CJ, I was like, you know what? I'm going to film a video after I put Rose to bed. Why don't you go out and have a beer? Why don't you just go have a beer, have some alone time, and then when I'm done filming, like, whatever, we'll go to bed. CJ was like, I heard when you said that to go out and get drunk and have fun. And I was like, that's not what I said. Because the bar was attached, like it was in the same parking lot basically as the hotel. And I was like, that is not what I said. I did not say go out and have several drinks. I said go out and have a beer. So he goes out to this place, and it's a private party. And the way he described everybody in the private party and like the people who were there, and oh my God, I was cracking up. I was dying laughing. It was so freaking funny, you guys. Like, it could have been a movie. And I told him, I was just like, are you making that up? Like, if you are, I won't be mad because it was so funny. I just want to know if you were making that up. And he was like, no, I was serious. Like, everything I said, I was so serious. And I was like, okay. Because there's this Gemini meme where it's like, of course we're Geminis. We blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, that meme where it's like, of course I do this. So the Gemini one was like, I'm a Gemini. Of course I make up, what did it say? Son of a gun. Hold on. I'm a Gemini. Of course I exaggerate all of my stories to make them more interesting. You're welcome. And that's totally, I was like, maybe that's what CJ did, but I don't even care. It was so damn funny, you guys. Oh, I was cracking up. It was so funny. But it was in Kentucky. And CJ texted me and he was like, I know what it's like in Kentucky now. I am at the smallest town bar and I have seen Kentucky. I know the people of Kentucky. It was really funny. But he was at this bar sitting next to this guy talking to him most of the night. And the guy was very nice, but he, like, CJ said, oh yeah, and then I thought that he went out to have a cigarette, like, out the front, and I was just gonna say, like, oh yeah, see you later, like, bye, on the way out, but he wasn't there, so I left without, like, even saying goodbye after talking to him for a couple of hours, so that was kind of rude of me. And I went out to film in my car that night, and my very first thought, as I was about to leave, to go out into my car, CJ's phone rings, and immediately in my head this story flashes in my head where I'm like, oh my God, what if it says like a number from Kentucky is calling him and it's that guy and he's like, hey, it's me, and CJ's like, wait, how did you get my number? And he's like, you left without saying goodbye. And like, since it was basically the same parking lot, I was just like, what if this guy is like standing outside the hotel waiting for me and he knows what car CJ was driving, and so I'm going to be sitting in the car filming an ASMR video and he's going to come up to the car and kill me. Like, it was a whole thing, you guys, that I thought, a whole story in my head. And CJ was like, that's really bizarre. And I was like, no, I think everybody's brain works that way. And he was like, But my brain always works that way. I grew up watching horror movies as a kid. Not Disney. Horror. Damn, I almost hit that bird. I didn't. I'm still vegan. But I almost hit it. We stayed in this super duper fancy hotel last night. Oh my gosh, it was the fanciest hotel I've ever stayed in. It was freaking massive. It was massive, you guys, and it was so nice, but it was like too big and too much. And like, the more expensive and fancy the hotel is, CJ got a banger deal, you guys, like banger deal. We wouldn't have stayed in it regular price, but yeah, so CJ got us a really good deal and got like all the fees taken off and everything. It was just really, really cool. But both of us were like, okay, the more expensive the hotel is, the more they charge you for everything else. Like, nothing else in the hotel was free. Like, they didn't have a free breakfast. They didn't even have a microwave in the room. Like, they didn't have anything, and anything complimentary. And so we were just like, we are paying more and getting less and having to pay extra for everything. And it was like cool, but honestly, both of us just kind of agreed. We were like, we like our Holiday Inn Expresses, we like our, you know, other hotels, our Marriotts and all that, so much better than this, because this is just too much. And it was huge, you guys. It was like the biggest place I've ever stayed in, other than a cruise ship. And I know CJ stayed in Vegas. He's been in Vegas like so many times, so he was like, this little thing, you know. But for me, it was just huge. Never seen anything like that, other than when I stayed at like an all-inclusive in Mexico or something. because the all-inclusives that I stayed at were obviously much bigger. They were massive resorts, but this was still pretty darn big. And it was cute. Passport was walking around like a little beautiful horse. She was like prancing with her head up, like, ooh, yeah, that's right, I'm fancy. They let me in here. Pretty cool. But yeah, they didn't even have a microwave in the room, and the refrigerator was tiny. I said refrigerator. The refrigerator was tiny. But oh well. You live and you learn, because CJ's always like wanting to stay at nicer hotels, and this one was a 4.5-star hotel. So we were like, this is about to be nice. But he was like, I think I'll stick to my 2 and 3. And I was like, I think so too. I rightly do think so. Although everyone there was quite nice and stuff. Excuse me. Sorry, bestie. Yeah, they had a movie theater in the hotel, and we went there to like see if we could watch a movie, and we ended up deciding to just grab popcorn and go back up to the room and watch a movie, because I've been really wanting to watch Scooby-Doo. CJ's like, I just want you to sit with the family, not get on your phone, and just watch a movie. And I'm like, ooh, don't know if I can do that. But I did not pick up my phone a single time, watched the entire movie, and yeah, we watched the original like live action Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, I laughed, I cried. It was so good. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies of life. So good. And the popcorn was so yummy. Some of the best popcorn I've ever had. Like movie theater wise. Yes. Some parts of that movie are pretty scary. Rosie said it was a really scary movie. But I think that's because she's right. She's like 2 years too young to be like, well, even though part of that movie was scary, it was also really funny. Like, she's just 2 years too young to get the humor. Because that's about what age I was when it came out. I think I was 5 or 6. And I remember we watched it at my friend Haley's birthday party. Oh, that was me. At my friend Haley's birthday party. And a bunch of the parents got so mad. They were like, I can't believe you let them watch that. Like, because it was like a scarier movie. And a bunch of the parents were pissed. And I was just like, what? Why are y'all mad? Your parents aren't as cool as mine? Then I remember, I think for like my 8th or 9th birthday, we went to, I think my 8th birthday, we went to a hotel and had a hotel party. And we were all swimming and we ate cake. And I think it was a Scooby-Doo cake that year. It was a chocolate cake with chocolate icing, and it was in the shape of Scooby-Doo. And yeah, it had to have been that year. But anyway, so we went back to the hotel room to watch a movie, and we ended up watching Beetlejuice. And we had to like call and make sure that all the parents were okay with us watching Beetlejuice. And I think a few of the parents had a problem, but we just watched it anyway. But looking back, like, they swear in that movie, they make some inappropriate jokes, so that one was probably not the right move, but oh well. I guarantee I'll be doing the same thing. I hope that Rosie's like me, when she, like, that she likes horror movies and she's not a little baby about it. Because it's gonna go like one of two ways, you know? She's either gonna really dig them, just like me, or she's not, like her daddy. Because her daddy does not like scary movies. He equally thinks that they are stupid and scary at the same time. So he's just not interested. He's a baby about scary movies. So I'm hoping that Rosie takes after me and she thinks that they're like super cool. Yeah. you guys are sure making the time pass by fast. Thank you. It's 5:29 now. 5 hours, 29 minutes till we get home. We are under 400 miles. We're at 381 right now. And we are just going. We're just going. That's all we can do is just go. Going forward. Well, this has been the longest trip ever and so expensive for no reason, but hey, we'll remember it. We will remember it forever. I'm glad that we're going to be going home, though. I really need some, like, real rest, like I was telling you guys. I also really need to clean my house because I left it a disaster. And I was, like, trying to make peace with that and be like, you know what? Just because I leave my house a mess does not mean that it's going to ruin my trip or, you know, whatever. Like, it's okay to leave the house messy. You don't have to clean everything before you leave on vacation. But now I'm just like, oh, that's right. I did that. I made that decision. So now I have to get home and clean my house. And then but I will say though, as much as I was like proud of myself for making peace with that, I definitely, certainly 150% am deep cleaning my house before Disney. I am coming home to a clean house, clean sheets, clean house, clean sheets, clean everything. Sorry, that was CJ snoring. When I get home from Disney, I'm not doing the messy house thing. I'm just not. I'm walking into that house going, wow, this place is immaculate. I could eat off the floor. Like, that's how clean I want to leave the house. And it's probably going to take me weeks to do that, but we're going to do it. And that's it, period. So as much as I do want to be resting and stuff, and I will rest, I'm going to take this week to, like, really take it easy. But then after that, I'm going hard with the cleaning. And I'm going to get it ready to go so that when I come back, there's no stress. It's just going to be like, okay, we went, we did, we saw, we conquered, and now we get to come home and everything is beautiful. You know? It just eases so much stress. It causes stress, like leaving, trying to have that pressure of gotta get it clean, but like when you come home and you know you're coming home to a clean house, it's just like, I can relax. So yeah, I was making a list of all the things I have to do before Disney, and I found this thing on the internet that said like a detailed list of everything you need to do before you go to Disney World, a timeline. And I was like, perfect. So I looked at that, and it was like exactly 180 days before you leave for your Disney trip, you need to book your dining reservations. And I was like, the fuck? Wait, what? 180 days? We are Geminis. We do not plan 180 days in advance. We planned this trip a month in advance, and we thought that was pretty good. We were pretty impressed by that ourselves. So, yeah, we didn't do that. So we are pretty behind on other things, but some things we need to do. We need to get Passport, all of her vaccines up to date, and we need to... Nice. We need to get Passport's vaccines up to date. We need to clean the house. We need to pick up like all of our prescriptions. Thankfully, all of our prescriptions, like I don't have any appointments with my doctor or anything. I can just refill all my prescriptions and pick those up. Yeah, just you know, all the things that you do before you leave the house. We have to do all that. I have to go to the bank and get some money out, go to my other bank and put that money in. And yeah, that's for like, because I have to put money into my account that like I take out money every month for my it's the account that's attached to my vehicles and like my camper. So I pay my loan every month. through that account, and right now it has like no money in it, so I have to go to my one bank, take the money out, and put the money back into that bank. So it's a whole thing. I wish that they made it easier to like do an online deposit or to transfer from one bank to another, but they don't at this bank. It's very like isolated. Like you have to just bring the money directly there. You can't do it online. It's so annoying. But yeah, that's one big thing that I have to do, and I have to do it as soon as we get home. We have to like empty out our groceries, like all of the stuff that we have in the fridge and the pantry. We have to empty it all out because I don't know how long we're going to be gone. Bessie, I really don't. Like, we have it planned for how long we're going to be gone, but at the same time, we're going to be going through Georgia again. CJ's probably going to want to see his family again. We're going to probably, since we're in Florida, stop by and see his other side of the family that lives in Florida and Alabama. So we're probably going to go do that. And there are a lot of antique stores I got to see, Bestie, so who knows? Like, who knows how long we'll be gone. It's going to be a whole thing, but yeah, either way, we have to make sure that pantry, because there was one time, you guys, that we left our house intending on being gone for like, I think it was like 3 days or 5 days or something, and we ended up staying gone for like literally 2 or 3 weeks. And we came home, and the flies, you guys, hundreds of flies, and it was horrible. It was like a horror movie. And so we had to have like those like fly, it's like tape that's like sticky, I don't know, but you hang them from your ceiling. And we had to have those hanging from our ceiling, catching all the flies for weeks. It was nasty and terrible. So that's a mistake we'll never make again. Ever. Yeah. But I have several packages waiting for me when I get home, which I'm excited to open. Some from eBay, some from Mercari. I think some from different, like a company that is supposed to send me something. All sorts of good things. So, yeah. I'm excited about that. If you hear CJ snoring, just ignore him. Sweet Prince. Sweet Prince having a sleep. We didn't charge Rosie's headphones last night, excuse me. And so I'm just waiting. Any moment they'll probably die. And once her headphones die, I'll be able to hear her show. So I'll have to stop the vlog. But just so you guys know, that is something that if I have to abruptly end it, that's why. Obviously I'll say goodbye, but I just don't want to get any copyright stuff from any of the shows that she's listening to. I don't know what she's watching or what music is in the background, so if her headphones do die, then I will just have to shut this off. But I'm driving right now in the middle of nowhere. 65 mile an hour speed limit, not sure why. Wish it was 70 so I could be going 74, but instead it is 65. Oh, well, maybe not. See, I'm going off the road anyway. Regardless of how fast I go, I'm still not safe. Still not safe. But yeah, so our plan is we're going to go home. We're going to empty out the car as fast as we can, because it's literally, I think real temp right now, it's like negative 15 in Minnesota, so it's extremely cold, and that's not with like the wind chill. Like wind chill wise, it's like minus 30 or something. It's nuts. So we are going to have to get home, get Rosie inside, and get Passport inside, and just as fast as we can, empty out this messy ass minivan, and then CJ's gonna go drop it off. Oh, that's a huge fireworks store. Shelton Fireworks. Wow. It's a massive building. That's crazy. Gonna take my last sip of my Celsius. Oh, that was sad. One sip. That's all I had left. Hear that? Hear that, bestie? It's gone. Gone like the wind. Oh, the people of Iowa welcome you. Welcome to Iowa. Yay. We're in Iowa. Yippee, yippee, yippee. I like Iowa. People always joke that there's like nothing here and all that. Like, there's nothing to do, nothing to see. It's all just flat land. But I really like Iowa. I think it's nice. And the houses are so cheap. They're so cheap compared to Minnesota. And it's like right by Minnesota. It's still in the Midwest. It's cold like Minnesota, but not as cold. And there are a lot of things I like about Iowa. I would totally move here. But CJ is adamantly against it. So I can't be that upset because, like, there are some states that I am adamantly against moving to. Florida being one of them, Wisconsin being the other. And CJ's always just like, but why? Like, if you like Iowa, how can you not like Wisconsin? I just don't. I don't like Wisconsin. Sorry. Not moving there. Nothing against the people of Wisconsin or those who long to live in Wisconsin. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll live in Illinois. I'll live in Iowa. I'll live in Minnesota. I'll live in South Dakota, North Dakota. I don't care. I'm not living next to Minnesota and Wisconsin. I just can't do it. I can't. I know too many people in Wisconsin who have bad habits, and it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I feel like, I don't know, Wisconsin is just, they're kind of known for their, like, and if you're from Wisconsin, correct me if I'm wrong, this could just be like a Minnesota versus Wisconsin thing that I don't know about, but like, I feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to move there. Never mind. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, I just feel like everybody from Wisconsin, not everybody, but a lot of the people, I don't know, they just have like bad habits that I don't want to subject myself to. It's the same reason I don't want to move up north. Like, everybody who I like have heard of who move up north, they're like, oh yeah, like what do you do for fun? You know, we drink, and that's all they do. And I just don't want to subject myself to that. Like, I have alcoholism in my family, and it's just not something that I want to be like a really big part of my life like that. You guys know I love a good Beveroo. I love a good Beveroo, right? But I just feel like certain places that you live, they're so isolated and there's literally nothing else to do. And if everyone around you, or like most of the people around you who become your friends and neighbors, if that's all they like to do, then it sets you up for some failure and a disaster. And I just don't want to live like that. So yeah, it just scares me. I don't like it. Don't like it. My family would love if I moved up north, though. CJ would love if I moved up north, but I just don't want to. I don't want to move up north because there's nothing else to do. Like, you're stuck in your house for 6 months out of the year in the winter. Can't go out, can't do anything. All your friends are stuck in the house. All your friends, like, move to Florida during the winter. It's also an older population up north, so, like, there aren't as many people our age or, like, people with young kids. so it'd be hard to find other friends, and yeah, like there's no gym with a daycare or Lifetime Fitness. Like there's nothing to do. I don't know. It's so far from the city. And I'm not like a city girl either. I'm a country girl for sure. I like my space. I like nobody around telling me what to do. I like having my land and my own space to suntan naked if I want to. I love that. I don't like being so far away from everything. From everything. Because then what do? You just sit at home. And you know what they say? Idle hands make the devil's work. And I just don't want to do that. I don't. And I could change my mind too, of course. I totally could. And thankfully, due to my job being on the internet, I can pretty much work from anywhere. But like, I don't know. I also feel like my candles, if I ever like wanted to do shows and I lived up north or I lived in Wisconsin or something, or like somewhere really rural, it'd be like I have to travel hours to go do my shows because nobody up north is going to want to buy my candles. They'd be like, oh, $35 for a candle? What are they made of? Gold? You know, like I have more luck in the cities. So, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing stresses me out, if you can't tell. I also get stressed when I think of the idea of leaving my friend Rochelle. I know like we don't see each other every day or anything like that. We definitely saw each other more in like the summer and stuff, like, you know, just things. We got really busy and everything, and so we don't see each other as often as I would love to and as often as she would love to, but still, like, just the idea of being so far away from her just sounds, yeah. Huh? Okay, we'll stop soon. I don't want to live that far away from her. That would suck. Especially if we moved like super far, like Alabama or North Carolina or somewhere far like that. Like I really don't want to move so far away. I mean, I would, if that was where my family was led to live and that's what would make us happy and everything, like I would do it, but I would just take her with me. I would just take her with. Yeah, but I really don't want to live in Florida. I don't want to live in Alabama. I don't want to live in Wisconsin. I think I'm pretty much okay living anywhere else. But ideally, I would love to just live in Minnesota. Like southern Minnesota would be great. Right where I'm at would be great. I like Minnesota. I like it a lot. I love the summers. I love the winters. I love everything about it. I don't discriminate against the seasons in Minnesota. I love all of it. My friends moved to Colorado, and they are so happy there. They're very outdoorsy people. They camp a lot. They love the mountains. They have a Jeep, and like they go camping in the mountains like every weekend, and they go skiing, and they go like snowboarding, just all the things. I don't think they snowboard, but they do all the things outdoorsy. They fly fish. They do everything. And so they're really, really happy in Colorado. And we've talked before about moving to Colorado as well, because they have like the snow too, and they have the summers, and they have like really cool weather where it'll snow one day and then it'll melt and then they'll be back to t-shirts the next day, and like it's just really cool. And I like Colorado, but I don't love being like in the center. Again, not to sound like super preppery or super like weird or whatever, but like I don't love the idea of being in the center of the United States. I like the idea of being near a border to leave. Like, if I have to. If something goes wrong, or just not being near, like, a central point. You know? I don't know. That's another reason why I like Minnesota, because it's so close to Canada, if need be. If we have to. Although Canada doesn't let you bring your guns into the country, so that wouldn't work for us. I think, like, it would be a cold day in hell before CJ gave up his guns. There's no way. And I would not want to either. If I had to, of course I would. I know that there's obviously a way to get more. One way or another, there's a way to get more. But, like, the idea of going to Canada and having them be like, all right, surrender your weapons. Like, huh? No. No. Not today. I don't like that at all. I do believe, I am pretty sure that this is the longest vlog I have ever made on this channel, or ever in my life. And I do not know what to title it, because it's the longest vlog ever, and I feel like I've talked about so many different things. But I don't know what to title any of these, so that's not too out of the norm. This is going to take forever to upload, but you'll see it soon. You'll probably, like I said, I'll upload it tonight, and then you'll see it tomorrow. It also could, just if it does, like, super abruptly end, like in the middle of my sentence, it's because my phone storage is full. And my phone is like, bitch, over an hour, really? What are you doing? Excuse me, bestie, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. All this Chatteroonian is making my throat a little dry. I'm just waiting for a rest area, because we don't need any gas, and a rest area is less temptation to, like, walk around and look at things and, you know, buy something and stop to get gas that we don't really need and all of that. Like, we just need to go. We just need to get home. We just need to go. So I'm just waiting for a rest area, but Rosie said that she has to go potty, so I'm waiting for that. I know, I hear you. There's a blue sign coming up. Let's see what it says. Or honestly, you know what I could do? I'm totally down to just pull off the road. Rosie, are you down to just go potty outside? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's fair. She said I like wiping with toilet paper. It's just that we're in the middle of nowhere, so, like, I'm totally fine to just pull off on a country road and just have her pee outside. I know it's cold, but, like, it takes a couple seconds. Hey, I have toilet paper. I don't know, I might just do that. Let's see. I'll check and see how far away the gas station is on my phone. And if it's super far away, then we will just pull off. That's what we'll do. Gas stations. Oh yeah, they're 12 miles away. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Mommy decided. So anyway, I've got to go do that. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. Sorry if you think that I'm like a total yuckaroony now, but when your 4-year-old's gotta pee, it's perfectly acceptable to me if you just pee right outside. That's fine by me. So anyway, I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I'm excited to get home and start filming regular videos for you for a while. I'm sure that you'll be happy to see my gorgeous, stunning, beautiful face again as well. But either way, I love you, and I will see you again very, very soon, I promise.